What's up guys, Nekrews 51 today. We are back with a brand new video and we are here for our F1 2020 season prediction video for you guys today. I thought I would do one of these. I've not done one of these before on the channel, so I thought I'd just do something new on the channel and see what you guys think of it. These are my predictions, remember, so do not take them very personally or seriously. I'm going to be going through the list of things which I think that will happen throughout the season. I'm going to be obviously thinking where everybody will be finishing in the Drivers' Championship as well, and such like that. So I hope you're looking forward to it. So we're going to get straight into it here. So one thing I think which will happen this season is I do believe the Ferraris will collide once again. Just got a bad feeling that I think these two are going to be quite. They're just going to, I don't know, I just feel like there's going to be a lot of heat throughout the season. Obviously we heard word that the two Ferraris can race this season, that as far as I'm aware, so they can go wheel to wheel on track and stuff rather than having to swap the drivers round, so it's all fair play this year and see which driver is the fastest, and rather than them swapping about all the time, which was very annoying last year, but we'll see how long that lasts. But basically, I think they will be colliding again. I don't know what race it will be, but I definitely know for a fact that this could be due to them fighting for the championship. It depends on how close it is. If it's 1 and 2 for Ferrari in the championship, and it's very close, and it gets to the near point of the season, I mean, we can see a bit more elbows out, and I think we will see a bit of a crash. That's just my prediction, remember. But as I said, I think the two Ferraris will collide once again this year. We'll see if I'm right or not, but that's just my general opinion. Another thing this year as well, I do believe, which will happen, is McLaren will get another podium, I believe, but this time I do believe they'll be able to get it without any penalties given, just generally on track. But obviously, I do think they will get it if it's a crazy race. I don't think they still have the pace to actually get a podium in general, just in a normal race like where Ferrari are leading or Mercedes are leading and Red Bull, you know, the normal kind of races that we get sometimes. I still think that they don't have the pace to get it, but you know, we could see a crazy race. We never know. McLaren, they might be better than we think, and you know, it might lead to some good surprises. The driver, I think, who will get the podium, in my opinion, I think it'll be Sainz once again. Norris still has a lot to learn in F1, but he has shown his promising side of his driving style as well. He's a pretty good driver for his first year in F1, and hopefully he can improve throughout the season, which I think he will. But in my opinion, I still do believe Carlos Sainz will be the driver who will get that podium if it does happen. So we'll see what happens, you know. Another thing as well, just as we're talking about McLaren, I think we'll be able to see Lando Norris a bit more elbows out this season as well. Obviously had a lot to learn in his first season. This is his second season going in to his F1 career in McLaren. And will we see the two McLaren drivers go at it a bit more as well? Will we see Lando Norris get his elbows out a bit more than he has in the past? Obviously, we haven't really seen Norris and Sainz go wheel to wheel yet, but obviously I think Sainz was a bit more of the better driver last season. Lando did not have the luck, unfortunately, with the DNFs and stuff, especially at Belgium. He just never had the reliability in his car, and I think it was closer than we think to the championship, even though it looked like Sainz kind of pretty much dominated Norris last season in McLaren. But we'll see what happens as the season goes on. But yeah, I hope we get to see Lando and Sainz go wheel to wheel in some races for some good positions as well. Another thing I believe which will happen this year, it might not, right, but I think everybody has, I'm not saying everybody's been waiting on it, but we haven't really seen this happen yet, as Valtteri Bottas is kind of under pressure this year, and this probably could be his last year at Mercedes. We say that, and he might get re-signed for 2021, but it is most likely going to be his last year in Mercedes. Will we see more elbows out for him this year as well? I hope we do. So I hope Bottas can give Hamilton a bit more of a challenge than he has in the past. But you know, Hamilton is a very good driver and a very hard man to beat. But yeah, will we also see them collide as well? That's what I'm trying to think. We haven't seen the Mercedes collide in years. Actually, the last time we seen a Mercedes collision was Spain 2016. But yeah, will we see a little bit of a dirty drive? We'll see a bit more dirty driving from Bottas this year in some circumstances. I don't think Bottas is that kind of driver that would do that sort of thing, but will they just collide in general? They've came close a few times. I mean, Hungary 2019 was the closest they came when Bottas almost gave Hamilton a punch when Hamilton went round the outside of him on the first lap. But I don't know. I don't think Bottas is that kind of driver. But that's just my prediction. I'm not saying they hope they do, but it would be quite dramatic scenes if the two Mercedes did collide. It wouldn't be that though, as I said earlier in the video, and the Ferraris would crash. Can you imagine the scenes if both Ferraris and Mercedes crashed into each other in one single Grand Prix? That the scenes would be something else there. But yeah, can you imagine that? I think everybody's kind of really wanting that as well. And I don't mean to be funny, but even though Ferrari fans don't like to see the cars crashing into each other, if they did and then Mercedes crashed, it would make up for it, and I do believe that would be pretty exciting, not gonna lie. But it would be even better though if the top 3 teams collided. Can you imagine the top 3 teams all crashing out on the first lap or something, and then we just have a race with McLaren? That would probably be one of the best Grand Prix of all time, not gonna lie. But yeah, it'd be pretty exciting. But apart from that, we're going to get back to the predictions now. I'm also going to predict that Williams will score some points this season. I know it's going to be a long journey for them to get better, okay, I understand that, but I do believe they will have the car to possibly get some points this season. As I said, it might not happen, it might. I generally feel like that Williams have had a year to get themselves back together. It'll be quite disappointing, not going to lie, if they're nowhere this season once again. It's a bit of a shame seeing one of the top teams from many years ago downhill, and it's a bit disappointing and upsetting, to be honest, when you think about it. They're a bit of a joke these days as well, which is kind of unfortunate to see. But yeah, I do believe they will score points this season. I'm not saying every single race, but I do believe they will score a point at least at one Grand Prix. I'm not going to lie, I think everybody is hoping as well that they do score points this season as well, because we need to see Williams a bit more further up the grid than they are at the moment, which should kind of shape up the midfield battle as well, so we don't really have backmarker teams. But yeah, the driver I think that will score that point is George Russell. I'm not really seeing hope in Latifi at the moment, just my general opinion. It's his first year in F1, we can see what he can do, but I still think George Russell is going to be that driver that's going to score that point if it does ever happen, which I sincerely hope it does. And yeah, now we're going to get to the Drivers' Championship now. This is all the part we've been waiting for, and we'll see if you guys agree with my opinion here. But you know, we'll see. Just my general opinion, and if you guys don't like it, you don't like it, and if you do, you do. So basically, we're going to go through every single driver when I think they're going to be finished in the Drivers' Championship this season. So we're going to get started off in 20th position. So I do believe in 20th will be Nicholas Latifi. Generally just because I can't see Williams like improving too much. I have said obviously I hope we can see them get points. The car should be a bit better, but I still think Latifi will be struggling, and so will George Russell as well. But the Williams car just in general will just probably be a struggle. But yeah, I think Latifi will be in last position. In 19th, I'm going to say Lance Stroll in 19th, generally just because I don't know if I can really see a racing point getting a point this season. I know it's quite dramatic to actually say, but yeah, we'll find out as the season goes along. In 18th place, I'm going to go for Romain Grosjean. You know, he's kind of lost his mojo in the last few years and hasn't really been the same in my opinion. And he'll probably be crashing a lot as well. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I do believe Romain Grosjean will be struggling quite a bit as well, which obviously is kind of a bit of a shame to see, because obviously Haas is a pretty good team. But we'll see what happens with them this season as well. In 17th place, I'm going to go for George Russell. But now we're going to start being in the point section. The drivers I mentioned before, that's the drivers I don't think are going to score any points at all this season. So I do believe George Russell will be in 17th place. After that, I'm going to go for Kimi Räikkönen. This is quite a low one as well. You think it'd be a bit higher than expected, but in my opinion, I don't think Alfa Romeo will be the best of cars this season. We could be wrong obviously, but I think Kimi Räikkönen will be now down the lower end of the grid, and not just Räikkönen, obviously the Alfa Romeo car as well. We'll see what happens with that. Followed by his teammate in 15th, Antonio Giovinazzi also, and then for 14th we're going to go for Kevin Magnussen, and then 13th we're going to go for Sergio Perez as well. After that, in 12th place we'll go for Daniel Kvyat, followed by his teammate Pierre Gasly in 11th position. So now we're into the top 10, and we're going to start off with Esteban Ocon in 10th place, followed by Daniel Ricciardo in 9th. Next up we're going to go for the McLaren drivers, but we're going to go for Carlos Sainz in 8th, followed by Lando Norris in 7th. I do believe Norris will be the top drivers out the best of the rest, basically. But now we're going to move on to the top 3 teams. And first of all, we're going to start off with Red Bull, and we're going to go for Alex Albon in 6th. And next we're going to go for Sebastian Vettel in 5th in the Ferrari. In 4th we're going to go for Valtteri Bottas. Now we're on to the top 3, so this is when it's going to get very spicy indeed. So in 3rd position, I do believe it will be Max Verstappen who will take 3rd in the championship. And then next we're going to go for Charles Leclerc in 2nd, and then I do believe he'll win the championship this year will be Lewis Hamilton once again. I just feel like Hamilton's got a lot more in him this season, and this could be one of the last seasons where we might see him win a championship, or could be this easy. So you're going to have to make the most of it this season, because the new regulations are happening next year, and before we know, Mercedes might not even be one of the top teams. So I think this is going to be the last year Hamilton could make the most of his dominance and all that kind of stuff that goes on with the Mercedes car throughout the years. So I do believe Lewis Hamilton will win his 7th championship this season, alongside Mercedes as well, securing their 7th consecutive Constructors' Championships, I do believe, as well. I'm no fan of any of these teams, just in case you guys think I'm a Mercedes fan or something like that. I don't pick sides, I just watch the Grand Prix and really just hope for a fantastic race, so you guys can enjoy a fantastic recreation video that I normally do after each Grand Prix. If you wonder what I'm talking about and you're new to the channel, I do F1 Grand Prix recreations, so make sure to check them out as well in the description below if you want to watch the entire 2019 season recreations. But yeah, thank you for that. But yeah guys, that is my F1 2020 season predictions. I wonder what you guys are going to think of this. I'm going to be looking in the comments quite a bit. If you didn't like it, that's your opinion. If you did like it, that's good for you. So I appreciate everyone's opinions. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Everyone has predictions, and you know, people have different opinions on who's going to win the title. People think other people are fanboys and stuff like that. But as I said before, I'm no fan of anybody. Just being a bit more realistic, because I just feel like Hamilton will secure his 7th World Championship this season. But next year I think the season predictions will be a bit different, but you never know. Just remember to come back to this video, guys, at the end of the season and tell me that I was completely wrong. So if you're watching this video now when it's released, remember to come back late into the season or the very end of the season and just take the mick out of this video, which will be pretty funny as well. So yeah guys, make sure to do that. But we're ages away to the end of the year yet. We're only at the start of the year, for God's sake. But yeah guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed it as well. Comment below what you thought on my predictions. I want to hear your guys' predictions as well in the comments, so make sure to leave your top 10 drivers championship predictions, or top 20 if you feel like it. Other things you might think might happen this season as well. Probably could have went on a bit more, but you know, the video is long enough as well. But yeah guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll catch you guys next time.